Well, hello everybody. Hope everybody's doing well. This is Henry Tenby. You're watching Airliners Live here at the Vancouver show. It's a Thursday morning, just coming up on 10:52 in the morning. We're starting just a little bit early, so I'd like to welcome everybody here. Hope everybody's had a good week. I see we have Joan Tunnicliffe in the house, Steve Barnes, Terry Edwards. Hello, Terry. Paul Brooks. We've got Pauline B. Hi, Pauline. Hope you're doing well. Kevin as well. And Matthew. So it's going to be a pretty good show. Our weather is not bad, actually. We've got a bit of high overcast on this Groundhog's Day, February the 2nd, 2023. ANA just arrived. They're just being received at the gate here. And we've got a few interesting aircraft coming in as per standard for our Thursday morning show here in Vancouver. And we've got a double Seoul arrival. The Seoul brothers, Air Canada and Korean, both are coming in kind of back to back, I guess in about an hour. And we actually have a lander right now. I'm just going to point the camera around to the lander. See if we can capture that as for our first arrival of the show. It's an Embraer, Delta Airlines, inbound, I believe, from Seattle. I haven't had a chance to look at the flight radar, but I'll check it out. Delta connection. Nice arrival, nice. He takes the early taxiway off the field, off the runway. I'm still adjusting things here. Hope everybody is well. We have Ronnie Middlehurst, Vitor Fernandez. We've got a heavy actually on approach. So again, I haven't had a chance to look at the flight radar. So we're just going to have to go with the punches here. And oh, look at that. That was beautiful. Really nice, actually. I'm still getting a little bit adjusted here. He took the long way out. It's a Westjet 777 or 787, I should say. And we've got quite a few arrivals here, actually, piling up on us. This Westjet was the 705 from Toronto. Unexpected, actually. I was not expecting to have a Westjet heavy arrival. That's pretty cool. So our show officially launches in about 4 minutes. I just got started early just because I was set up and figured we didn't want to miss some of these aircraft, so we just started to get the show rolling just a few minutes early. And got a Q400 on approach here, but I think I'm going to hold the camera on the Westjet just for the time being, just because it's not something we see too often here in Vancouver. Well, I guess we do, but it's not on our show, so it's a bit of an unusual bird, I'd say. And it's operating, as I say, inbound from Toronto. So this aircraft has operated services for Westjet to Hawaii, Hawaiian Islands, of course to the UK, to Gatwick. And now Westjet is using it on their prime yield Vancouver-Toronto run. So nice to see it. There's the Q400 that just arrived. Also Westjet. I'll turn the radios on here once we're established with the show. But yeah, this is really nice to see. I like the Westjet scheme and the new colors. It looks really good on the Q400. And we do have on a lander. We've got a Air Canada 997 MAX setting up on approach. So I think I'll bring the camera around just to do the MAX landing for you guys. So bear with me here. Let's bring the camera around to our MAX. There it is. You can see Vancouver Island in the background with the snow. Some of the taller peaks. Squeaky brakes. MEX is the registration, rolling out on runway 08 left here at YVR. Taking the far taxiway as well. Nice spoilers. Nice, good. Yeah, I like that. That's a good view, actually. Spoilers up. I'll clean it up here in a moment. So yeah, how is everybody doing? We've got a lot of you guys having joined in. I see we have 259 people in the house right now. Eggpeck says, yeah, Westjet's not operating to Europe. Yeah, that's a summer thing, I believe. So I guess they'll start that up in the summer. And over back to the 787, taxing in, I guess, to the Horseshoe. Let's see where it goes. We'll watch that. So Darren Phillips says YVR offers some great plane spotting areas. It wasn't always this good here in Vancouver. Back in the 80s, we were with only the one runway. We were quite limited. And it's definitely better in 2023 than it was in 1986 for plane spotting here at YVR. I can tell you that. So thank you, Kevin. Glad you're doing well. Yeah, if you guys can hit the like button, that would be always appreciated. So it's 11:01, guys. Once we've got a little bit of this action out of our system, I'll do the official welcome to the show. Q400 just arrived. I've got some Q400 news for you guys. Some of you probably already know what it is, but it's quite big news for YVR. And okay, we've got a little bit of a lull here in the action, so let's just pull the camera back, and I'll put myself on to screen to officially welcome you all to the show. So just bear with me here for 1 second.
Well, hello everybody. It's Henry Tenby. This is the Airliners Live Vancouver show. I'm at Vancouver International Airport in Vancouver, BC, Canada. It's Groundhog Day, February 2nd. Is it February 2nd? Yeah, it is February 2nd, 2022. anyhow, this is Vancouver International Airport. We're on runway 08 today. Arrivals on 08 left, departures on 08 right. And you can't see it, but the mountains behind me are beautifully caked in snow. But because we're filming towards the south, because of our runway orientation today, unfortunately I won't be able to show you the mountains, the North Shore Mountains behind me. But over in Vancouver Island, we do have some mountains that have snow on them, and perhaps we'll get to see them during the show. So again, hope you're all doing well. It's a great day. It's calm. We don't have any rain forecast. We don't have any wind. As you can see, if you just take, this will demonstrate how much wind we have. Pretty much none. Nothing. We've just got still air. So if that remains unchanged, I guess the runway situation here will remain unchanged and we'll stay on 08s. Still nothing on the approach, but it will get busy between now and 1 o'clock. We've got quite a number of arrivals. And as I say, we've got the double Koreans, Korean Airlines and Air Canada, both from Seoul, are inbound. We've just had the arrival of the JAL 767. And I'm going to get familiarized behind the camera, and I thank you all for tuning in, and we're going to have a fun show. So let's get at it.
Okay guys, I'm just getting strapping in here behind the camera, and let's just see where we're at. Okay, well, let's just put the camera over to, oh, there you go. There's the North Shore, not the North Shore, that's Vancouver Island. You can see snow in the mountains. We've got it's pretty clear. That's all Vancouver Island there, and yeah, that's all Vancouver. Well, there's all some of the like that island in the foreground is one of the Gulf Islands, but the large landmass that we're viewing here is Vancouver. That expanse is Vancouver Island, and you can see there is snow in some of the snowfields higher up. We've got a Westjet. We've got an Air Canada taxiing, a Max. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm just trying to get camera on him here. So yeah, this is Air Canada Max taxiing for departure. And where is he going? I think he's going to Los Angeles. Yeah, he's going to Los Angeles. It's the 552. And because of our light, it's essentially flat light, so it's actually pretty good for video. So we've got good, nice, crisp video here as we point the camera south. So it's looking good. But again, I hope we do have a little bit of sunshine, because being Groundhog Day, if the groundhog can see his shadow, the sun is out, which means our winter, we won't have another 6 weeks of winter. So let's keep our fingers crossed for a successful Groundhog Day. This looks good taxiing out, I must say. Hopefully we're going to have good action. We're going to have the ANA departure as well in a couple hours, as you can see it in the background there. And I'm scouring the approach. I do see we have an aircraft setting up on the approach right now. I can see that with my naked eyes. So I'm just going to check the flight radar to see where that is inbound from. Okay, we have from Kelowna, or Kamloops, I should say. It's a Q400. And it's Air Canada Express Flight 55. So we'll show that. We'll put that on camera here momentarily. Bear with me. And I see the chat's moving very quick, and I apologize that I haven't seen your comments in the last minute or two, but I will get to them shortly. So let's get this Q400 landing. Wow, looks good. It's cold today, though. It's only about 6 or 7 degrees. So I said I have some Q400 news for you, you guys today, and I do. It's kind of big Q400 news, and actually, unbeknownst to us, when we were filming here last Thursday, or actually we were on the other side, when we were filming it during our show last Thursday, it was a historic day for Dash 8 Q400s. Over the last year that we've been doing these shows, we've been able to enjoy the Alaska or Horizon Airlines Q400s coming into Vancouver, and we've seen them in various, the special schemes, the university schemes, and they were nice, colorful additions to the Vancouver scenery. But last Thursday was actually the very last day of Alaska Airlines or Horizon Airlines Q400 service. Alaska Horizon had upwards of 50 Q400s, and they reduced the fleet down to 0. Last flight was a week ago today, and Horizon has now standardized their fleet on the Embraer 175. Oh, we've got an arrival, guys. So I'll continue the story here in just a second. We'll just get this arrival. I think it's just a bog standard Q400. Yep. There it is. I like that view with the inlet and the Vancouver Island backdrop. So, as I was saying, Alaska Airlines have had their Horizon feeder operation standardized on the Embraer 175. So, there's Westjet departure on the roll. Oh, yeah. Oh, look who's pushing back, guys, from the Horseshoe. Air India. That's kind of nice. We can watch that. So, we won't be seeing any more Horizon Q400s anymore, as we have enjoyed their special schemes over the last year, and they will be missed. But we will, of course, see their Embraers as they operate. Air India taxiing out very nicely from the Horseshoe, heading to Delhi. I'll turn the radio on here momentarily for you guys. Let's see what's happening. I'll just fire that up now.
Hold short, runway at 08 left. Copy, sir, that's Mike 6, proceeding Mike 10, hold 8 left, Red 6, roger.
This is nice to see, a pleasant surprise. Very pleasant surprise for us. Air India, 7773.
Air Canada.
236,
7236, ground runway 08 right, Alpha 3016, taxi via Lima, cross 13. Lima 13, Air Canada, 36.
You can see how clear it is. Isn't that amazing? As I say, we have some high cirrus, which is preventing the shadows, but perhaps that'll change. We will monitor.
186 ground contact.
So hello, Jane. I see Jane Chu is here. Regular. It's good to see you here in our show.
Proceed on runway 08.
Paul Davies. Ron says, what was that one that just departed? I think it was a WestJet 37.
Air Canada A340.
So, let's see what's happening here. Eggpeck says he flew with Salt Spring Island with Harbor Air some years ago. And let's see, what have I missed here? If you guys asked any questions. Eggpeck says he saw Retro Horizon Q400 at Victoria last October. Yeah, we did see them regularly, actually, here in Vancouver. Looks like, ooh, there's a... What's good? Is this a test? I'm guessing it is. Didn't hear anything on the radio. Emergency response vehicle powering down the runway. Yeah, so I guess that was just, they were out for their morning exercise. Okay, we've got Air Canada on the roll on the other side. That's the MAX. Is that the LA service? Maybe? I kind of missed it. Oof, yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. So, where's our Air India? There it is. So, we'll try to catch this one on the roll. So, who else have we got here with us? Neil O'Brien, Matt Smith. Gurkha Noble from Germany. Jan Brown, Timothy Benjamin from Trinidad and Tobago. Wow. Wow. I'm always happy when we have people from the Caribbean watching our show.
2010 Vancouver ground, runway right altimeter 3016, taxi by cross runway 31.
So yeah, it's oh, there's one on the roll. BizJet. No, he's landing. I think he's no, he's is that landing or takeoff? I'm gonna say landing. I'm gonna say landing.
It's going to be opposite direction traffic shortly.
So we've got Robin Giles here, Thompson River Rail fan, who tells me that there's an Air Canada 777 on final from Toronto. So I'll be watching for that. I don't have visual on it yet, but let's see if I can find it. Yeah, it's not quite here, not visible yet on my flight radar, but I guess it soon will be. And Hazel Boy from England joining us. Darylyn Monroe from Durban, South Africa. Hope the audio is coming through from the ATC. Hope you guys can hear that. Oh, there we go. We've got a Beech 1900D on the roll. Central Mountain Air.
Caribou 2010, obstruction citation, traffic in the corner shortly, give way then by Alpha, cross runway 31. Again, we got the traffic flow
Oh, that was cool. That was nice to see.
Ground is off, Mike at AOB, thank you. Red 6 ground, Russia, thank you.
So who else have we got here with us? Wayne Cockwell and Annette Catley joining us from Yorkshire. Thank you for joining, Annette. I'm glad you enjoy our Vancouver shows. And we've got Adam Nowak joining us from Warsaw, Poland. Hope all is well with yourself, Adam. And we've got Vincenzo from Suriname. Wow. Cool. Chatha from Yugoslavia. And I'm just going to check the flight radar here for that heavy that we've got coming in. I don't quite, hasn't yet popped up. Oh yeah, I see it. It's halfway between here and Vancouver Island. It's actually the first.
Vancouver Tower, wind 040. Land runway 08 left. Land 08 left. 064 heavy.
That's him. Air Canada 064 Heavy, inbound from Incheon Airport, Seoul. You just heard him with your own ears. I can see that he's just off the coast. He's not far away. So I don't have visual yet with him. I just now see his landing lights. So they just presented. So yeah, he's going to be our next arrival. I'll move the camera around to the approach shortly. And we have Carwin Davies in the house.
Ground Canada 208, gate 4. Charlie's the information for the push. Canada 20, ground pushback at your discretion. Our discretion, Air Canada 208.
So Air Canada's pushing. Somebody says, EVA or Qatar Airways, what time landing? Jesus, we don't have either airline operating into Vancouver. There's no Qatar Airways and we have no EVA Air today. Well, not now. EVA Air does come in, but I believe it's a nighttime arrival, like 6 p.m. So it won't be happening on our show, unfortunately. It's 11. The current time here in Vancouver is 11:18 a.m. And okay, we have a departure. There it is. Air Canada on the roll. C Series. A220. Oh, up he goes. Okay, let's bring the camera around for our Air Canada Heavy. It's from Incheon. It's the Air Canada 64 inbound from Korea. And we'll just bring the camera gently around to the approach. And there it is. You guys have visual just like I do.
Vancouver Tower and runway 08 left. Runway 08 left, just 413. Canada 064 Tower, stay on frequency, taxi via Mike Tango Bernat at gate 71. Mike Tango to the Canada 64. Chef 5, Vancouver Tower, wind 054, number 2, following a Q400, 3 mile final, place to land, runway 0. Number 2, clear, left, station 95.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. Well, we were on this Air Canada's Korean arrival. The Air India took off. So, again, it was a situation. We couldn't be in two places at once. So I apologize for that. Battery bleed off is fast this morning, guys. The battery's down to 50%. So we may have to do a battery change sooner than anticipated. Hard to say why sometimes the battery bleed off is fast. We've only been live for about 40 minutes, so it is what it is. We've got 3 aircraft on approach, 2 Q400s, and the Air Canada 105. It's a 777-300 from Toronto. So Carl says it was good to see my friend Niels Dam on the Wednesday show in Manchester. I am so glad you guys got to meet Niels. That is absolutely fantastic. He is going to be an absolutely terrific addition to the Airliners Live team. Niels lives in Amsterdam. Fabulous airport for plane spotting. We've got a Q400 landing. Nothing too earth-shattering. I'm going to hold the camera on the Dreamliner here, just because I think it's a bit more interesting than a bog standard Q400. So, we've got another Q400 landing. Then we've got the 777, the Air Canada 105.
Mike 3, stay on it. 413 ground, then on Mike 3, and see Mike and Juliet, hold short of Lima. Okay, taxi Mike and Juliet, hold short of Lima. That's 413.
Yeah, so I've known Niels for, I don't know, since about 2017 or 2018. We met at the KLM Fokker 70 phase-out in Amsterdam, and we've been good friends ever since. Niels is training to become a commercial pilot. He's a lifelong aviation airline enthusiast. He loves Schiphol Airport, his hometown airport. So it's just a natural fit, Niels and the Airliners Live team. And I know he's going to be able to bring some very, very interesting footage to us from Amsterdam in the months and hopefully years ahead. So yeah, I'd like to welcome Niels to the team. Again, I'm glad you guys got to meet him. I'll zoom in a bit here. As this aircraft arrives at the gate. And there it is. Okay, so actually our Air Canada 105 is now setting up, so I better bring the camera around quick. It is...
Taxi Juliet, hold short of Lima. Charlie, Juliet, short Lima. Juliet, right departure.
There it is.
Flying down Sagan. 585, like that. Canada 1060, ILS 08 left. Air Canada 1061, Vancouver number 2 following heavy, just down. Wind 0805, clear to land, runway 08 left. Clear to land, 8 left, Air Canada 061. Hello, Air Canada 208, Juliet, Lima. Air Canada 20, ground, taxi by Lima, cross runway, Lima, cross runway 13, as a 208. Aircraft, pass code 3069, code 3069, taxi by runway 08, altimeter 16, taxi by Echo, Delta, runway 31, Lima. Echo, 31, Lima, 069. Juliet to hold short of. 113, taxi by Lima.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. I was on radio silence because I was filming that clip. So that's why I was not too talkative. Wanted to keep my being verbose to a minimum. Yes, Jordan, it's a fabulous aircraft. That was a great landing. And I see there's 589 people in the house. We've got another aircraft landing here, fast and furious. So I'll camera around as quick as I can. Yeah, I don't think I was quick enough, unfortunately. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay, I've dropped the radio, so I'm just going to reattach the radio. It's kind of on the ground, face down. So bear with me here while I reattach it to the tripod.
Following a 7374 mile, clear to land, runway 08 left. Line 08 left, 483. 1061 tower, exit off. Mike 5.
Better? Better?
Taxi via Mike and to the apron. 5, Mike 0.
I think that's better for us. And we've got more landers here, guys. From Los Angeles, we've got the Air Canada 551. It's a MAX, followed by a Delta Airlines Flight 483 from Minneapolis, A340. So we've got two arrivals back to back. Lee Bracewell, thank you very much for the £2 donation. Lee says, thank you, Martin and Andy, for saying hello earlier. Oh, thank you again. That's very much appreciated, Lee. So let's move around to the approach here. I'll be quick, so just because I don't want to miss the proceedings. So we've got the Delta Airlines setting up on approach right now. So I just want to have the camera more center field for that. So he's pulling our Air Canada 777's taxiing into the horseshoe.
Staff 35 program.
Wow, Matthew Atkinson, does it tend to be a windy approach on that runway, given all the open space? Yes, it does tend to be windy. And I'm standing out here right beside the runway, and it is often windy. So it's actually not usually as still as this. Good question. Turbo Beaver, Turbo Otter, landing on the other side. Got Westjet pushing, or Air Canada MAX pushing back right in front of us, and we've got Delta Airlines landing. So I'm going to get the Delta Airlines landing from Minneapolis. It's an A320. There it is. I'll go tight. Pull back a bit for the rollout.
Vancouver 135 heavy, 67. Information request to push channel start. Down upon 135, ground pushback at your discretion.
There we go, Alan.
Discretion on 135. Delta 43, power exit off on Mike.
Okay, so Al Nippon has just requested push, so they're going to be pushing right now off their gate. Right here. Or, sorry about that, guys. There we are. They're just getting their ground techs ready to push the aircraft back. This should be good. It's always good. They're moving. So who have we got here? Who have I missed? Mary Matthews, Cindy Cuevas, Sue Major, Loopy. So Lee says, I was nerding out at Barton and saw Martin and Andy today. Oh, very good. Fantastic. That is great. Great place to hang out. I love the Barton Airfield. It was just a beautiful place. Absolutely beautiful.
Staff 35 tester, proceed. Julia, Kilo, Victor, Short Hotel. Juliet, Kilo, Victor, Short Hotel.
Yeah, I visited Andy and Martin at their office at the airfield as well, Barton Airfield, and it's just so beautiful and peaceful there. It's the way all airfields were in the UK in the 1930s. And the period tower there, oh, it's just beautiful. It is absolutely, and we were there on a sunny day. It was just so beautiful. And you don't get, it's not this kind of heavy action, but the scenery, just the green grass, was lovely. We can go a little bit.
Staff 3 tester, contact south ground 121.7.
So I'm told that the internet is pretty weak right now, so the signal is weak. So I do apologize for that. There's nothing here around me other than myself. So I don't know, I can try and reconfigure my camera bag and just open things up, see if I can get a better Wi-Fi signal to happen. Oh, I'm not sure if we can. So excuse me while I just adjust things here. Yeah, the internet connection, we're at about 1/7 of the megabits per second as we should be. We're only at about 1300 kilobits per second. We should be about 7,000. So I'm not sure why that is, guys. I'm just not sure why that is. It is strange. It's very strange. Hopefully it will improve, but I am aware that our cell phone, our signal here is very weak at the moment. Very weak. So that is kind of out of our control. We'll see if we can just, hopefully it'll improve over the next short while. Yeah, it's actually recovering a bit right now. We're back up to 2,000 kilobits per second. So the cellular signal here is variable, and we'll just have to kind of be patient and wait it out. Greg Huebers, member for 8 months, business class. He says, nice to see YVR again. Thank you for your support, Greg. We appreciate that. And again, Lee, thank you for your £2 donation as well. That's really, really kind of you. Yeah, maybe somebody is pirating the Wi-Fi. Who knows? I can't see them. I wonder if if we can see if the ANA cabin crew or pilots are wearing their masks. They're usually very strict about mask protocol on the flight deck.
135, request taxi. Down upon 135, ground runway 0 right, altimeter 306. Taxi, Juliet Alpha, Juliet, Mike, Victor, hold short, hotel.
We've got an Air Canada 320 on approach, guys. I'm just going to pull the camera around.
135 heavy, that's taxi, Alpha, Juliet, Victor, hold short, hotel. Juliet, Mike, Victor, hotel, Oripon, please. Affirmative. Go 3323, they'll be moving momentarily there. Contact South Ground 121.7. Okay, contact over 1.7 on board 3323, thanks. 2902, you can proceed on to Juliet and hold short of Juliet Alpha.
Let's see. Yeah, there we go.
297 ground. See exit on to Mike 3 on this frequency. Taxi via Mike and Victor, hold short. Cat 3, Mike Victor, hotel, Air Canada 297. Ground Air Canada 204. Air Canada 204, ground taxi runway 08 right. There is 3016. Taxi and hold short of Lima. Contact South 121.7. Juliet, short of Lima over to South Ground Air Canada 204. 0902, giving way to Alma Pond, and after they out, you may proceed via Juliet Alpha, the hold short of Tango.
Incidentally, guys, the battery's at 29%.
Cat 204 now, short of Juliet, going to the Alma Pond, and then taking you down, Juliet.
So here's the.
7 tower, just hold short of Juliet. Hold short of Juliet, 297.
Yeah, so that Air Canada in the background there is what they're asking to hold for the ANA to taxi in front of it and clear the ramp area or the taxiway area.
The 297, that's just turning into the apron there. Behind them, taxi, left turn on Juliet, short of Lima. Sure, 297.
Busy, because we've got the ANA. They're towing this Air Canada 787, and we've got the this one here taxiing as well. The one that just landed, the A340. It's busy enough for us today. And lots of airplanes on the move going here and there. ANA is just taxiing on the other runway over, on the other taxiway over to the 08 departure point. Right there. Joanne Tunnicliffe, thank you very much for the £5 donation. Joan says, thanks for the show. It's a great pleasure. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being here, Joan. I very much appreciate it.
Air Canada 297, contact South Ground 121.7.
Yeah, the light is pretty good. actually. Battery's at 27%, just FYI, guys. So we're watching it. We're watching it close, I must say. I'm just getting my batteries ready here, so they're good to go when we actually have to do our change. So they're kind of at my fingertips. So we're back up to 7,700 kilobits here. So the signal should be a little bit better now. Beach 1900 deep, Pacific Coastal on the roll. Departing on 08 right, which is today's departure runway. And we've got a Q400 landing. Let's see if I can pull the lens around quick enough for that. I think I can. Yep. There's our ANA taxing out. Again, Joan, thank you very much for the £5 donation. Rachel Dawes, thank you very much for your £1.79 donation. It's very kind of you, Rachel. No such thing as a silly question. Jordan Benson asks, is it standard procedure to have window blinds up on takeoff and landing in certain countries right across the world at every landing and takeoff? Well, I think it does depend on the country. There are certain countries don't want people seeing anything for security reasons, I guess. Maybe places like Myanmar or North Korea or certain places in Russia may ask if you're going in and out of a military airfield, they may ask you how to have the window shades pulled down so you can't see anything. But in countries like Europe, North America, Australia, New Zealand, the standard procedure is to have the window shades up so that passengers can see through the windows and have good visual reference if they need to emergency exit from the aircraft. So in most normal scenarios, the window shades should be up. And I've seen flight attendants very frequently walk through the cabin asking passengers to push their window shades up if they're pulled down. There's flaring. Flare 737 MAX. I'll check the flight radar in a second and figure out where it's inbound from. Triple FX is the reg.
There, 227 tower, exit off Mike 3, stay this frequency, taxi, Mike, Juliet, Bravo to the apron. Yeah, taxi, Mike, Juliet, Bravo.
Let's see where this came in from, guys. This flare was operating the 8227 inbound from San Francisco, actually. And now we've got a Q400 setting up on approach. It's in from Prince George. It's the Air Canada 8342. Battery's at 23%. Sahadar is joining us from Pakistan. Oh, I'm glad 01 Tasker's waving. Well, thank you. Good to see you here, 01 Tasker 01. And thank you, Paul, for the indication that the flare was inbound from San Fran. Okay, let's get the 08 landing. It's a nice transition, actually. Worked out well for us. And I do see we've got a heavy. It's the Korean.
Canada 273 Vancouver Tower 2, Dreamliners, also ahead. Wind 090, clear to land runway 08 left. Clear to land, 08 left, and check the mark, Canada 73. To taxi via and Juliet into 41 with me.
So we've got the Korean Airlines setting up on approach, guys. I'm going to bring the camera around to the approach side of the field here momentarily, because the Korean is actually getting pretty close. So let's make sure we're in position for that. I'll record it actually, so I'll have radio silence here until he's well off the runway. There it is. Thank you, guys. I was filming that, so again, I was on radio silence. Battery's at 19%, so literally, well, we've got airplanes packed up here on the approach. So battery is at 18%. I will just do my best I can to maybe get one more landing in here before the battery collapses. If we have an acute battery collapse without warning, don't go away. I will get that battery changed ASAP, but I want to see if I can get one more landing in here for us right now. Let's see if I can pull off this stunt. Of course, Air Canada Max. Don't know where it's inbound from because I haven't had a spare moment to check the flight radar. So we're still at 18% on the battery, so we're not critical just yet. There's the Korean taking 17% on the battery. When he gets to 15, I think we'll do our battery change.
Mike, Juliet, Charlie, all the way to your Canada 273. Canada 273, Tower Road, that's gate 46.
46 as well, thank you. Have a good day. Well, Canada, Canada 1, 4 heavy at fan.
So guys, Froggy Kittens joining us from the UK. Loopy says we've got Westjet inbound from Calgary. I will do my best, Loopy. This will for sure be the last arrival with this particular battery because we're just down at 16%. So we're just, let's see if we can do it. Let's just see if we can do it. Thanks, Loopy, for the heads up on this. It's inbound from Calgary. Okay, guys, let's do the battery change. We've had some good luck here with that, so I don't want to push our luck. So I'm going to do a countdown. And then I'll turn the battery off, and we'll get back here ASAP because I don't have anything on approach. I'm just going to do the countdown now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Don't go away, guys. Don't go away. Back. Okay, so we are just getting the camera set up. I think everything is good. 100%, which is what I like to see. Thanks, guys, for posting in the chat that I was doing the battery change. Very much appreciate that. So here's our aircraft that just arrived. And let's see if I can figure out what it is. Kind of can't. Oh, busy. Nice and busy. So where was that Westjet? Let's watch Korean Park at the gate. The Westjet was inbound from Calgary. That's right. Yeah, Loopy mentioned that. It's the Westjet 111. And we do have an aircraft on approach. I'm going to guess it's Q400. No, it's actually a 37. It's it's an American Eagle Embraer operating the flight 3183 from Los Angeles, and it's setting up on approach now. Whew. So, thank you, Paul. 14 seconds. I was rusty, but I'm getting my mojo back here on the battery changes. So, Roger Higgs says, hi, Henry from Cotswolds, England. 8 p.m. enjoying the show while eating dinner. Bon appetit. Wife goes bell ringing on Thursday, so I get to enjoy YVR. Wow, that sounds like a good arrangement. I'm glad you're watching this show, and nice to see you here, Roger. So let's get the American Airlines here. Setting up on approach at 08 right here at YVR. There we are.
Westjet 111 tower, contact ground 121.7. 07 Westjet 11.
That's pretty cool.
Sky 3183 tower, exit link 5. Stay the frequency. You can taxi down to...
He's taking the late taxiway as well, so I'm not going to follow him all the way because it's just a bit too monotonous. I think we'll just see what's happening here at the Korean Airlines bridge. Get set up on arriving this aircraft from Seoul. and it'll give me a chance to check the chat as well. So I see we have 669 people watching, which is good. Yeah, textbook landing, not bad, not bad. We've got Paul Bolikon joining us from Moldova. Thank you, Paul, for joining our show. Carwin Davies says he booked his flights for May and September, one for Wellington in May and Auckland in September. I cannot wait. Oh, boy. Yeah, sounds fantastic. I'm sure you'll have a fantastic visit. And one of these years, I'd like to get down to New Zealand myself. Never been there. I hear it's much like Canada. So Loopy said we had 400 likes. Well, that's appreciated, guys. If you haven't already hit the like button, maybe you could do me that favor and hit the like button. That would be awesomely appreciated. And 01 Tasker says he enjoys listening to the ATC.
Tango for gate 70, give way to them, and then go to Tango for Mike.
We'll give way to the Embraer coming in, Tango, hold short of Mike.
So we've got a Q400 on approach, guys, from Terrace. It's the Air Canada A340. So I'm just going to get the camera in position for that. Bear with me here. I want to bring it around. And hey, we've got sunshine. We've got sunshine. Wow. I can see my shadow. Great news. I can see my shadow. You can see the shadow on the aircraft too, guys. So the Groundhog gets to see his shadow, which is great news. It may mean we're not going to have another 6 weeks of winter. Today is Groundhog Day. February the 2nd, 2023. Where is Terrace? Ooh, it's about I'm going to say 500 miles north of Vancouver, up the BC coast. And it's about 50 miles from the actual water, I believe. We've got another Q400 on approach. It's coming in from Victoria. It's the Air Canada 8152. And I better bring the camera around if we're going to watch the landing. So it's busy. We're earning our day keep here today, guys. There it is. I'll go tight. Isn't it busy here, guys? Look at that. Look at those tails. That's busy. That's nice to see. So Ace Airstream says, I've got it backwards. He says if he does see his shadow, 6 more weeks of winter. Okay. I've always had it wrong then. I thought if he doesn't see his shadow, it means it's a good thing. So I guess I've had it all wrong my entire life, which is no problem, and I do appreciate the correction on that. Because I always thought that, if it was bad weather on Groundhog Day and it was cloudy, and the Groundhog did not see his shadow, it would mean, ooh, we've got another 6 weeks of winter. But it's actually the opposite of that. So it's actually a bad thing that the Groundhog gets to see his shadow here in Vancouver today. We've got another lander here.
Vancouver Tower, number 2, runway 0 left, Airbus 319, I know where, but you parking? We're going to the south terminal, 768 tower, input. The airport, 768, with the traffic.
I'm not sure where that aircraft arrived from, but I will check the flight radar here in just a second, guys. And that was an A320, Air Canada A320. And let's see where it's inbound from. It is inbound from Calgary. It's the Air Canada Flight 211. So nice to see old Air Canada A320s still earning their keep. Many of them were delivered in the late 80s and early 90s. So they're nice classic aircraft. Yeah, the arrivals are thick and fast today. Although we might have a little bit of a break, but yeah, it's been busy. It's been busy. And where did I saw an Air Canada Heavy? Where is it? I'm just monitoring. I know I saw. There it is. Hang on a second, guys. This guy is maybe taxiing for departure. Let's have a look at the flight radar. This is the. Yeah, it's heading to Toronto. It's the Air Canada 114. So we'll be able to, if we're not otherwise busy, we'll be able to watch the departure on this aircraft. And correct, Eggpex. Winter will do its own thing irrespective of what the Groundhog sees. You read my mind. You read my mind.
That 317 ground, contact ground 117.
I hear something. It's this Air Canada A320 taxiing right here before our very eyes, right there. Yeah, these are neat aircraft. I enjoy flying on A320s. Beautiful.
Skywest 317 ground, contact ground 12.
I wonder how long they'll be in service for. Of course, you never can tell this far out. I believe Air Canada will have many of the A320s, probably like 15 of them, handed over to their Air Canada jet subsidiary for sports charters. So when the type does leave the scheduled Air Canada fleet in a year or two, they'll still soldier on in the Air Canada livery, flying for Air Canada jets. So replacing the 319s. There's a Beech 1900 cargo bird on the other side. We saw this arriving last week at the same time. So yeah, so the Air Canada 320s will be around for probably another 10 years with Air Canada jets. And Air Canada jets does do contract sport team charters for various hockey teams and football teams, soccer teams here in Canada. Eggpex says, I saw a Groundhog once. A few minutes later, I slipped on some ice and ruined a pair of trousers. Yeah, I hope I... Yeah, I hear you. I don't think I've ever seen one. Of course, I've seen loads of raccoons here in Vancouver. They're very prevalent. They work in teams, going up and down the back alleys and searching people's garbages for food. They're very aggressive. So this Loopy says what we just saw is an A319 and it's 25 years old. So this is an A319 according to Loopy. So maybe this is doing a sports charter, if this is an A319. Where's the Reggie on it? FY Juliet Alpha, is that it? Or Juliet Romeo? I can't quite tell. Or Juliet India. Okay, so that's perhaps doing a sports charter. Because I don't... I couldn't tell. So... Yes, we also have skunks in Vancouver as well. They're very prevalent. Raccoons, skunks, they're all around. And I do have some other news to share with you guys. Bear with me here 1 second. There was a big news item to share. And I'll just pull up the details here, the deets. So basically, I'll just read it to you. Porter Airlines is setting up shop to compete with both Air Canada and WestJet. They're expanding their fleet, and they are shifting to Canada's biggest airports. And the company was founded by Rob DeLuce 17 years ago. And let's see what it says here. There's been a focus shift at Porter Airlines. They're focusing on bigger aircraft, and they're moving over to more jet-powered routes, and they're moving over to Toronto Pearson, and they were of course hubbed at Toronto City Airport. And so what they've got planned is a Canada-wide scheduled service . Where am I here? It's a very long article, but it essentially says Porter is going to fly their jet operations from Toronto Airport Pearson Terminal 3, which is also used by WestJet. And according to one analyst, they're going to try to steal WestJet's business more so than Air Canada's. And it says Porter says their single-aisle Embraers will appeal to customers because there's no middle seats, and passengers will get free drinks and free snacks. And they've got 100 Embraer 195s on order, of which 50 are firm. And they have 5 aircraft delivered, and they'll have another 25, so a total of 30 by the end of 2023. And I'm just looking for the section where they talk about where they're actually going to be operating to. What I can tell you from my memory is that they're going to be flying the Toronto-Montreal-Ottawa triangle, starting pretty much right now. And then next week, they're starting service out to Calgary and Edmonton. And Vancouver, I believe, will start on the 7th, roughly a week from now, as well. So they're going to be, and of course Halifax as well. So they're going to be operating their Embraers on scheduled services, competing with Air Canada and WestJet, linking Toronto, Ottawa, and Calgary with Halifax, Vancouver, Calgary. And it's all starting in the next week. So we're going to see them here on our show, which is great. I'm looking forward to seeing them here in Vancouver. They'll be very welcome on our show. One analyst basically said, can the Canadian market support so many airlines? And he thinks the answer is no. Basically, he thinks there's room for about WestJet, Air Canada, and another airline, not all the other airlines that we have right now. Namely, of course, Porter, Flair, Canada Jetlines, Swoop, and Lynx. So there's just too much capacity in the Canadian marketplace. So the article says Porter's new fleet will initially work the routes between Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal to Halifax, Edmonton and Calgary, and of course Vancouver. Yeah. So this particular analyst, his name is Mr. Prentice, says that Canada can support 2.5 airlines: Air Canada, Westjet, and a smaller carrier. So there we go. That's what's happening with Porter starting up. We wish them, of course, good luck, and hopefully their business model will find some good support. I mean, who doesn't like no middle seat? It's not great when you get to sit in the middle seat, and free drinks and free snacks are nice as well. So that'll be good. That'll be definitely good. Yes, Bentoni, we do see A220s here in Vancouver. We did have a departure of one earlier in our show. So if you scroll back, maybe an hour or so ago, it was brief, but we did have one. And Loopy says we've got a Westjet inbound. It's right here, actually. And that's it. That snuck in as I was reading the chat and checking the checking the chat. So I apologize for not catching the touchdown of this aircraft. Kevin D just gifted 5 Airliners Live memberships. Kevin, thank you very much for your kind generosity. It's very much appreciated. So Paula Danes is going to be flying to Vancouver. Home sweet home. Hope you have a nice flight, Paula. Yes, the SkyTrain is in the background of our footage. Some of our footage, you can see the SkyTrain arriving at YVR. I'll just turn the radio on again here in a second. But it will be great to see Porter Embraer jets. I'm sure we're going to see them. Well, unless they arrive at night, right? You never know. Hopefully it'll be a daytime arrival on a Thursday for our show. That would be awesome. I'll turn the radio on here. Give me 1 second. So Louise Sylvia Wood says, hope everyone is doing good, Henry. You got dry weather, thank God. Yes, absolutely. Very grateful for that. We've got Air Canada pushing back right here. Let's see where this is pushing back to. Incheon, Seoul. Looks good. Nice and crisp. Yeah, we're really lucky with the weather. I took the umbrella down, actually. I'm usually, if the weather's looking a bit iffy, I put the umbrella up. But it's just not necessary right now, so I'm really grateful for that. So this is operating the Air Canada 63 to Seoul. That's it, as far back as she's going. So we've got Carl Crawford. Hi, Carl. Joe Fagan says, do you guys get some military stuff? Well, I guess a couple answers to the question. I know Airliners Live in Vancouver have gone to some military bases and filmed in the form of a pop-up show. And here in Vancouver, occasionally there's a military aircraft arrival, but it's rare. We've had the French Air Force in with their Airbus, which we've seen on the show, departing. That was last year sometime. What other military aircraft? Not much, really. Of course, the highlight military movement of the year for Vancouver, which we had on our show, is the U.S. Air Force C-5 Galaxy, bringing engines in for overhaul here at YVR. And it landed right on this runway. Well, we were in this exact same position filming. It was a 2-6 operation instead of a 08. And we didn't even know it was coming in. And we had the U.S. Air Force C-5 Galaxy land right here. You can go back and watch that show. It was absolutely fantastic. And it was, without doubt, the military movement of the decade almost, I would say, for YVR. So that was super rare. And that's about all that comes to memory for military. Bit of Munich says, Henry, when you said SkyTrain just now, it made me think of Laker SkyTrain. Okay. The SkyTrain is the, yeah, interesting. If you're not from Vancouver, you may not know what I'm referring to. The SkyTrain is what we call our light rapid transit. So they're trains that are on elevated tracks, concrete basically, bridge network that runs from South Vancouver into Richmond, and it's elevated all the way to the airport. I'll show it to you here in a second. And it's called the SkyTrain. But yes, the original SkyTrain, of course, belongs to the naming convention belongs to Sir Freddie Laker with his Laker SkyTrain. So you're so right about that. What minute was the landing on for the C-5? I honestly don't know. You'd have to scrub through it and find it, but it is there. Esther L. says, when will the A380s be back? Oh, Esther, thank you very much for the $2 donation. I appreciate it. The A380 is British Airways into Vancouver, and it was a summer operation. So I'm guessing it'll be maybe in May. British Airways will start their A380 service back into Vancouver. Let's hope so. But that is the only A380 that we have coming in here on a scheduled basis, consistent scheduled basis. So we had it last summer, and I'm hoping we'll get it again this summer. British Airways may already have published their summer schedules, so somebody in the chat might be able to comment on that. If you go back and watch our summer evening shows, you'll see the British Airways A380.
Air Canada 10, Vancouver Tower, altimeter 3014, 0605, clear to land, runway 0. Left Air Canada 107.
So we've got Air Canada 107 inbound from Toronto. It's an A321. I see setting up on approach right now. I'll move the camera around here once this Dreamliner is kind of past us. Yeah, so here I'll move the camera around. Again, Esther, thank you very much for the $2 donation. That's very kind of you. Thanks again. Okay, so let's bring the camera around for our Air Canada 107 actually, inbound from Toronto. It's an A321, a stretch A320. And where is it? There it is. There she is.
The Dreamliner, caution jet blast, proceed. Juliet Bravo, Juliet, Juliet Alpha to the the Dreamliner, caution, Juliet Bravo, Juliet, Juliet Alpha, 190.
good. Pretty good landing. Nice. You take.
Stay this frequency. Taxi Mike. So Juliet Charlie to the apron.
Mike, Juliet, Charlie to the apron, Atlanta.
Canada Dreamliners down. Contact ground. 1217. Canada 063 there.
That's it. Some bloke who travels a lot. Wow, thank you very much for your 50-pound donation. That is very, very, very kind of you. We really appreciate it. Some bloke says, great to see you back, Henry, and great to be back watching on a Thursday night with a glass of wine. Well, cheers, and thank you so much. I am happy to be back with you guys, and it's a great day to be back, actually. It's peaceful, it's calm, it's not rainy, it's not windy, and we're just all chilling here together, and I am so glad to be back. And thank you very, very much, Some Bloke, for your very generous donation. That looks good, the A321. Oh, there's the SkyTrain. Okay, you were asking about it. This is the SkyTrain. See, it's on an elevated track, above grade. In certain sections, it's at grade. But that is the SkyTrain. So you had a good visual as to what the SkyTrain is. When it crosses the river bridge, there's a bridge across the river, and gets into South Vancouver, it actually goes underground. So there are certain sections that are above grade, underground, at grade. That's nice and busy. That's a nice and busy scene right there. Yeah, but again, Some Bloke, thank you so much for your 50-pound very generous donation. Wow. And Beverly Dobson, thank you very much for your support. Beverly's been a member of Airliners Live, Premium Economy, for 7 months. Beverly says, loving the chilled content. Well, that's it. We're just trying to relax and have fun. And this is a great day for us, actually. Just because it's a nice calm day. The weather's really cooperating nicely for us. It's 12:26 local time. So Flair 318 says we have a Saab 340 coming in. I'll keep my eyes. Oh, I think it might be coming in on the south side. Yeah, it is. It's actually landing on the other side, which is runway 08 right. So I'll see if I can. I've got visual. I mean, it's obviously a long way away, but I can see if we can. There it is. Thanks for pointing that out. Appreciate it. Pacific Coastal. There you can see the snowfields. They're very, very visually obvious here in the background on Vancouver Island. And this is Pacific Coastal, Saab 340, landing on runway 08 right, which is mostly a departure runway. But it's going to the south terminal, so it makes sense for them to land over there if they can. Yeah, that was cool. That was good. Yeah, thanks again for pointing that out. So 01 Tasker says, Henry, is the plan to paint the whole Air Canada fleet with the new livery? Yes, it is. Definitely. It is. I guess as aircraft come up due for their paint jobs, they're going to do it. But like this particular aircraft we're looking at right here, still in the old mint livery, so I guess they figure they're not going to paint the aircraft until they absolutely have to. For financial reasons, they just are going to wait until it has to be done. So it could take some years.
Normally you touch base with the airport authority just to get approval, but start is your discretion. I checked now. Air Canada 306, thank you.
thank you much. We have the airport security approval number 106464. And thanks also for your clearance. Proceed, and we'll let you know.
Let's see where this guy's going. Let's have a look here. See if we can figure this out. This aircraft is heading to... Oh, wow. Lucky Devils. They're going to Palm Springs. It's the Air Canada 1046. I'd love to be going to Palm Springs right now. Put the feet up, just hanging out on my iPad, having some dinners, getting some vitamin D. Yeah, Palm Springs. It's like similar flight time as Los Angeles, right? It's only what an hour and a half flight from an hour and a half drive from LAX, something like that. It's not far. It's not far from LA. So that's where this Max is going to. I've never been to Palm Springs, but I hear it's a beautiful place. And yeah, Desert Hot Springs I think is close by, which is also quite similar. Flare 318 says an Air Canada 787 is about to take off on the other side. Thank you for the heads up on that. Let's have a look. I do see it. It's at the button actually. It's heading to Incheon. It's the Air Canada 63. I see the tail. So we'll bring the camera around and do that. Why not? Why not? Let's just head over there and watch it depart to Korea. There you go. You can see the tail right there. So we'll track it out. They're on the roll, I think. Yep. Meanwhile, we do have a Edmonton arrival, the Air Canada 241 on this side. So we might be able to get both. You never know. I'll do my best. We'll do my best. There it is. Okay, so we're just gonna, we know where it's gonna present. It's gonna present right around there. So we'll just wait for it, and then we'll do the follow out, and then we'll come back to the Edmonton 241. Let's be on ready. We're on cue here. There it is. Late departure. Off to Seoul, Korea. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you mentioned it. Now I'm going to be really quick here so we can get this arrival. Really quick. Yeah, did it. Excellent. Oh, I'm happy. We got them both. That is very, very cool. And yeah, that took you guys to help me. So I really appreciate that help. Thank you so much. That was Flare 318. So special call out to Flare 318 for keeping me on my toes. So we've got this Air Canada 241. It's a A321 on approach. I think so. No, that's the one that just landed, actually. Sorry about that. We've got a Q400. It's a Westjet 3130 inbound from Prince George. So, yeah, it was a nice landing. Not bad. Thank you, Eggpex. Gotta go. No problem. We'll see you next time. I appreciate your help, and I thank you for being here watching the show. I hear something. That's it.
Tower Jazz 47. Jazz 47, Vancouver Tower number 2, flying at 1 mile final clear to land. 98 left Jazz 47.
So let's get the Westjet. It's landing here, guys. I better set the camera up so I don't induce motion sickness on you guys. So I just want to move it into position, kind of in a calm manner, so we can get this Westjet landing.
If you'd like the reverse, Mike 2, Mike 3, then taxi by Mike Juliet, Old Short, Lima.
Good transition. It's our Palm Springs taxiing out.
Mike 2, Mike Juliet, Short Lima, we'll stay with you Alpha 3130.
Air Canada 1046. Canada 1046, sorry, it's contact 121.7 on Victor.
217 on Victor, Canada 10.
Looks good.
Ground Air 41. Air Canada 2, go ahead. No crew, let us want us to Roger. On 3130, change.
It's busy.
Mike 6.
Busy, guys. Nice and busy, just the way we like it. So I'm just trying to see what we've got on approach. I do have a Yellowknife arrival. It's the Air Canada Jazz 8477. I see it setting up right now. So thank you for that, Malk Angus. Okay, guys. Somebody asks, is Westjet planning to phase out their Dash 8s? I don't think so. I haven't heard anything to that effect. So I'm going to say I don't believe that's the case. So here's the Yellowknife arrival. It's Air Canada Jazz CRJ.
Echo 330 tower on Victor, contact 21.7.
On Victor, go over 717, go 2130.
Victor Cross 13, American 40.
That was decent. Non-eventful landing. Long flight, actually, from Yellowknife to here in that aircraft. I'm going to say it's probably at least 2 hours. Maybe longer, I don't know.
Mike Juliet, yeah. Mike Juliet.
It's probably around 2 hours, because Yellowknife to Edmonton, which is 550 nautical air miles, is an hour and 20 in a 737-200. And then Edmonton to Vancouver is another hour and a bit, hour and change, also in a Boeing. I just know it because I've done that flight so many times over the decades. And so that is the base of it's a triangle, so obviously it's shorter direct from Yellowknife to Vancouver. So we've got a Q400 on approach. Let's bring the camera around for that. There it is. Nice stuff.
third west and 304 by Alpha, cross runway 31.
Yeah, there's enough to keep us busy here today for sure. I mean, be nice with a little bit more heavy action, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers. We've got good weather, so... So somebody says, I heard the last 747 was built. Yes, yesterday, that's correct. It was big news, actually. Delivered to Atlas Air. The very last 747 was delivered in a special ceremony in Seattle. But of course the 747s will still be flying a quarter century from now, I'm sure. That aircraft will have a 30-year life, probably. And I did read that, oh gosh, guys, there's a huge, massive bird. Look at this. Where was it? It was something huge and it was making a lot of noise. It looked like a dinosaur. I mean, but I lost it. But if I see it again, I'll definitely put the camera on it. It might have been I don't know what it was. It could have been an egret or a stork, that kind of thing. It wasn't an owl. But I'm sure he'll present himself again soon. So, yeah, heron, exactly. It's probably a heron. Stork, heron, egret, they're all quite related. What was I saying? Albatross. Monty Python sketch. Okay. Yeah. There's the Yellowknife pulling into the horseshoe. Well, it's definitely sunny. The sun is coming through. So, it's nice. Pterodactyl. Yeah. Yeah. Dodo bird. It hasn't presented though, so, and it's definitely around, so we shall see, guys. Let's see. So we've got our Palm Springs is going to start its takeoff roll. There it is. Palm Springs is on the roll. Lucky Devils. Okay, it's going to break on through somewhere around here. Let's wait for it here. There it is. Beautiful. Two hours, these guys will be landing in Palm Springs. Probably going down to spend their week. Many of those people are probably just going down there for the weekend. Soak up some rays. Yep. She's banking south. Beautiful. Yeah. Okay, meanwhile back on terra firma. It's kind of busy here at the US gates. Yeah, that aircraft's now probably over Steveston. Loopy says we have a Westjet inbound from Edmonton on final. Thank you, Loopy. Let me just check the flight radar. I just see the landing lights right now, so thank you for the heads up on that. And the flight radar tells me it's the Westjet 167 inbound from Edmonton. There he is.
Jet 167 Vancouver, good day, clear to land, runway 08 left.
That's line 08 left, 167.
That's them. We just heard them.
Vancouver Tower, United 51.
Yeah, we were talking about the 747 actually.
201 Vancouver.
Very last one. Rolled off the assembly line and delivered to Atlas Air Cargo yesterday.
Clear to land, runway 0 left, exit Mike 9er.
We were getting Lufthansa 747s in here up until September. It was nice. It was a treat. And I read yesterday that there are 14 passenger 747s still in service. I don't know if that's accurate, but that's what the article that I was reading had indicated. Sounds about right. I mean, it would be the entire Lufthansa fleet, whatever that is, maybe 7 or 8, and another like number of charter birds out there as well. And of course the 800s that are with Korean and Lufthansa. So that sounds about right, 14 passenger birds. And it said there were about, I think the number was 300 or 344 cargo 747s still flying. Around for a while in one form or another. But if you want to get a ride on one as a passenger, Lufthansa is your best bet, and you still have time. That's a nice landing, by the way, on Westjet. That was really nice. It's a 700, as we can clearly see. Nice profile there. Nice profile. We got another lander, guys, so I'm just going to pull the camera around in a controlled manner for us. Oh, the retro 747 going to LA. Yeah, I saw the retro Lufthansa 747 in San Francisco last year as well. It's a nice looking aircraft, gorgeous. United Airlines here. Taking the long way out, rolling down to the far taxiway, but let's do the Westjet instead because it's closer. So we'll just follow this guy in.
And 2051 exit right.
Yeah, that Lufthansa retro 747-8 years. So for those of you that want to get an 8 ride, it's possible. You can easily do it. I know I'm going to want to get one at some point. Be a nice type to have in the logbook. For sure.
Ground, hold short, call it, get you going as you can. Hold short of Mike.
Let's see what's happening in the chat, guys. Oh boy, what else can you guys tell me? Westjet baby bus? Yes, indeed. Matt Smith says I've been fortunate to be on one. I've been on one or two. And we're talking about 7478s. Janine Kelly, 1983, Melbourne to Fiji. That sounds nice. Qantas, 74. Very nice, actually. Ooh, there's a movement there. On the other side. And then Brian King says, Henry, are you coming over to the pond to join the boys on the Manchester stream? Absolutely. This year, I for sure will make a huge effort to come across to the UK. I'm very much looking forward to it, and we'll definitely come up to Manchester and spend some time and be on the show. I'm already looking forward to it, so that's a great question. And by the same token, I'm hoping that Andy and Martin, or Martin and Andy, or either or both, can make it over to Vancouver as well. I'd love to have them on the show here in Vancouver. That would be so awesome for them to come out and hang out. We could do I mean, if they're going to be here for whatever, we could probably do shows as much as we could. Even maybe, road trip to Vancouver Island, and or flight over to Vancouver Island and do a show from Victoria. It would be a lot of fun if the guys could come over. I would really enjoy that. So we got to make some of this stuff happen. I'm looking forward. I think it's going to be a great, fun year. So thank you for asking that. Adrian Whitehead is heading off the show, but thanks for showing up, Adrian. Glad you were able to make it. Hello, Dutch Aviation Blog. That is Niels. Hey, Niels. That's Niels Dam is in the house from Amsterdam. You guys met Niels on the show yesterday, was it? Yes, yesterday. He was on the Airliners Live show in Amsterdam. Not in Amsterdam, in Manchester. So he was with the guys, and you guys all got to meet Niels. So great to see you, Niels. That's fantastic you're here. Vista Light 1972 said Lufthansa is putting the 340s back in service. I think they're putting all their 340s back in service. So I don't know how many it is, 8, 10, something like that. So I think, all their 340s are going back into service. They've got this, a good number of their 74s back in service. They're reactivating their A380s as well because of the massive capacity that they need. And the travel boom that's currently being experienced can absorb that amount of capacity. So that's awesome. And Niels, you're looking good too on the show. And good stuff. Exactly, Niels. You are a legend, and it was good to see you on the show yesterday. So I'm sure you've got lots of good stuff planned for Amsterdam, another fabulous airport, and the Airliners Live team is mega stoked to welcome Niels into the fold. And Niels will be bringing awesome content, and eventually, I hope, live stream shows from Amsterdam. So that's going to be amazing. There's some fabulous spotting locations around Schiphol Airport. The Polderdam, there's so many great spots. McDonald's, I like the McDonald's spot for landing. I just love Amsterdam. And of course the observation deck. When I'm in town, Niels and I, as a tradition, we grab some food down at the Albert Heijn supermarket. We go up to the Fokker 100 that's on the obs deck, and we have our meal inside the Fokker 100. It's just, I love it. It's just wonderful. Great memories, and can't wait to do that again. So, my goodness. So, Dutch Aviation Blog is Niels, and Niels is in the house, and it's just, great to welcome Niels into the Airliners Live fold. So, Flair 318 says we have an Alaskan Embraer 175 on finals. Thank you, Flair, for that heads up. Awesome. Let's bring the camera around in anticipation of this Alaska. I said earlier in the show, and I think it bears worth repeating, that we are in a new era with Alaska Airlines and Horizon because they phased out their very last Q400 a week ago today. So Alaska Airlines Horizon is now a 100% Embraer 175 fleet. No more Q400s. The last one was retired. Operated its last fleet a week ago today. Sadly. Looking good. Very smart. Oh yeah, SkyWest, okay. So SkyWest is actually operating this aircraft for Alaska. That's right, some of the Embraers are operated by SkyWest.
Ground 127.15. You're off on mic 3 over 3321.
Thanks for the heads up on that, by the way. Again, that was really appreciated, Flair. Flair 318. Making my life easy. Brian King said Niels did a fantastic job on the stream yesterday.
Traffic, United 737, just back 80. I think they're going to the alleyway.
Let me just check the flight radar here, see where we're at. We've got a Aero Mexico about to turn. Well, it's on base. It's going to turn finals here in a minute or so. It's inbound from Mexico City. Aero Mexico flight 600. It's a MAX.
09 ground.
Sorry about that, guys. I lost the Alaska. There it is.
Tango to the apron. Just use the bypass. Heavy, your work is excellent. And Air 17 heavy ground, runway 0 right, altimeter 3013, to by Juliet Bravo.
So Japan Airlines is now requesting pushback.
Hold short hotel. Juliet Bravo, Kilo, Victor, Shoto Hotel, runway 8, altimeter 13, Japan Air 17 heavy.
That's him. That is it. Japan Airlines. It's going to present out of the horseshoe, I guess, momentarily for us. Hello, Mark Clark. Fart is waiting for Concorde. Well, you might have to go to Manchester Airport, of course, where they have one on display in the museum, and they also have one at Barbados Airport as well. So you can find them there, but unfortunately you won't find them performing, sadly. 01 Tasker, all the mods need to shave and brush up so they look good in 4K. Yeah. Well, that's right. Thank you, Anis, about the 737 Aero Mexico. I think I now see the lights. I see the light. Yes, the Aero Mexico has just turned base, and I do see the aircraft about not far, actually, setting up on approach here on 08 left. So, so we're talking about oh, here we go, guys. There's the JAL. There's the JAL taxiing out. Nice, beautiful stuff. That is quality, guys. Classic. Yeah, love it. Looking good. That's probably our best classic jet here in Vancouver at the time being. For the time being, it looks cool.
Mike Victor, short hotel. Sierra Mike Victor, hotel for runway 0.
Pretty soon I'll move the camera around for the Aero Mexico. But battery's at 19%. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, guys, I've got my battery ready to go, but I'm going to see if we can get this Aero Mexico down before I do the battery change. Wow, yeah, the batteries are being quaffed quickly today. We're quaffing through the batteries at an alarming rate. It's not that cold out, actually. So there's something about the environment which is making the camera just chew through the battery. But I am watching it. We're at 19%. I think we're good to 15. If we have a catastrophic battery collapse, do not go away, guys. I'll change the battery. So I'm just going to try to push the outer envelope here. Okay, let's get this Aero Mexico under our belt. Aero Mexico inbound from Mexico City. Looking nice.
100 trainer ground on red altimeter 3013. See Alpha cross runway 13.
Yeah.
17, follow the Jazz 100 off your left hand side. Mile cross runway 13.
We did it. Looks good. Triple C on the Reggie.
One trainer ground runway red altimeter 13. All accompanied by Alpha runway 13.
Long way out. So I am thinking we should do the battery change now so that we can get the JAL without an issue, just because we've got a little bit of time. So let's do that. Let's do that. I'm just going to get the camera in position, get my battery ready to go. Stand by one, guys. Stand by one. And okay, so I'm just going to do a countdown here and we'll change the battery. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I think it was the best course of action for us. We just did the battery change. We're going to be able to see the JAL heading out. Good. Glad we got that done. That was good order of business taken care of. Got a United departure. 800 it looks like, or is that a 900? Let's have a look and see if we can figure out what that is. It's heading to Denver. It's heading to Denver. And what is it? What kind of aircraft is that? It's an 800. Yeah, I thought it was. I was right. My first blush was correct on that. 737-800. And there's JAL. So JAL's going to be first. They're making their way down to the button of 08. Right for their... Oh, look at the birds there for their departure. We'll definitely follow it. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, that was Pacific Coastal we just saw kind of in the background there. No, I don't have two cameras, just the one. Be nice to have two though, but yeah, just the one here. I should have two. Wouldn't that be the way to go? Switch the cables over. This aircraft's heading to Denver Airport. Beach 1900 there. Cargo bird. Or is that a car? I think, yeah, it's a cargo bird. It's cargo heading out. This is going ahead of the JAL. Well, there's a big bird there as well in the upper left-hand corner. Huge. Massive. That is a, looks like a dinosaur flying around. Huge wingspan on him, and that's miles away. So we've got a lander, actually, first. Beach 1900D coming in, Pacific Coastal.
Mexico 600 Hui. Apron Alex 600. Just check here on the ground, Vancouver ground frequency. Is that what you're looking for?
It's the Mexico. So I'm watching for JAL, guys. I'm watching for JAL. Keeping my eyes peeled for... Oh, there's other stuff happening down there ahead of JAL. So let's just...
One ground perspective.
Let's just... There we go. Q400. Where's the Q400 going? It's going to Kelowna.
Heavy ground traffic just behind the flare 737. Push back to your discretion. Traffic behind, push back to discretion. And right.
Oh, nice. Good. We got that. So next is, let's see who's next. I can see the Japan Airlines is kind of holding. They're holding right now at the button. So
Mexico 600 ground up 853. 5-3. Thank you very much. Mexico 600. No problem. Have a good day.
kind of have my eyes everywhere here, trying to figure out what's our best course of action. Okay, Japan Airlines is actually turned on to the active, so they're going to be rolling very shortly. So let's get our camera over to the runway. So I think I can see the tail. No, I kind of lost the Japan Airlines tail, so we better wait for it right here, because it's going to present, I think, pretty quickly. Just waiting.
483, taxi. 3 ground runway 08 right, altitude 3013, taxi via Sierra, Mike, Victor, Hotel. Runway 08 right, Sierra, Mike, Victor, Hotel. Delta 43.
So we're going to move the camera over to where we know it will present, somewhere around there. Let's see if we're close. Should be around, right around there, ready to pounce. There it is. Yeah. Off to Tokyo.
Swingcraft 303, runway 08 right, altimeter 303, taxi via Alpha cross runway.
No, that was good. I'm glad we got that. Let's move again back down to the button of runway 08 right. See what's happening there on the departure side. Bear with me, guys, because I know we've got some airplanes stacked up down there. Stacked up at the button. They must be behind the building. Yeah, you can see the tail there. So it'll present. Oh, first we got a Q400.
Okay, 147 ground, hold short of Alpha.
That was good. That was good. Fully rotated for us, actually. So, and on this side, we've got a bus. No, there's this. Off he goes.
147 ground, give way to the 1900 taxi.
Good. The Delta's coming out now. I wonder if it's heading back to Minneapolis. We'll have to check. This guy is heading to Minneapolis. 483 to Minneapolis. Pretty quick turnaround, actually. Pretty quick. It's, yeah, Delta Airlines flight 483. And we've got Flair taxiing out as well. It's pretty busy. Pretty busy for the departure. So just over to the Flair, so I can show that. There it is. Now let's see if we can figure out where the Flair is going. It's going to Puerto Vallarta, actually, as Flair 8230. There's our 800.
230 Victor Ultra. 0 ground taxi via Victor across runway 13.
So yeah, a lot happening. A lot happening in the house today, guys. Flair, Delta. Sorry I haven't been able to look at the chat, guys. It's just been pretty busy. So let me see what's happening here in the chat. Yeah, United taking off, that's right. Carl Crawford, Ken Finch, Karen Munson. Talked about plane spotting in the UK. Matt Smith. Okay, have I missed anything? I don't think I've missed any donations. That's most important. So, how is everybody doing? Hope you're all well. Battery, yes, battery 100% now. Well, 98%. We got that taken care of, which is good. That must be that's old actually. Yeah, planes everywhere. Absolutely. For Vancouver, it's pretty good, I must say. Matt Smith says we have an Air Canada 777 pushing back for flight 998. Must be in the Horseshoe. Beach 1900 there. Central Mountain Air. CRJ on busting a move. Okay, yeah, let's see if we can figure out where that's gonna present. And I'll zoom in for it. There it is. Good. Glad we got it, actually. There's a lot of congestion down on the runway there. The button of 208 right. And we've got this guy pushing back as well. This guy's heading to Las Vegas. It's the Air Canada 1058. Also a nice destination this time of year for sure. Paul Hughes, thank you for your £2 donation. Lots going on. Yeah, exactly. There is a lot going on. Kind of, we need to have two cameras, two camera feed right now. But thanks again, Paul. I appreciate that. And Doruk Antansiolu from Turkey has donated 4.99 Turkish lira. Çok teşekkürler, Doruk. I very much appreciate your generosity from Turkey. Wow. So again, that's Doruk Antansiolu has donated 4.99 Turkish lira. and we always appreciate and welcome our friends in Turkey on our show. So çok çok teşekkürler. We've got 1, 2, 3 airplanes down on the button there. They're waiting for a bizjet to land, actually. It's just a corporate jet, CFJKS, landing on 08 right. And then we've got 3 airplanes piled up down there, 2 jets and a Q400. So we'll go get them here in a second. Yeah, I love Turkey too. It's absolutely lovely. Just love the place. Well, Doric, thank you very much. As I say, I'm very happy to see you here on our show. I think you might be new to the Vancouver show. So, çok memnun oldum. Okay, the jets are now pulling into position on the 08 right for departure, so we're going to move the camera around. Look at Vancouver Island, isn't that gorgeous? There we are. Let's get in position, guys. So our first jet movement is the Flare. It's heading to Puerto Vallarta. It's the Flare 4230, and there it is. Showtime. So we're just going to move the camera up, usual spot, wait for the aircraft. Should be around there. And I'll zoom in. There it is.
Canada 1058, you'll be known to the Jazz RJ on. Yeah, understood, thanks.
Beautiful. Next stop, Puerto Vallarta. Oh, China Airlines. Yikes. Look at that, guys. Beautiful. China Airlines is in the house. Wow.
New Zealand 2-4 heavy Vancouver tower, clear to land, runway 0.
Somebody's cleared to land on 08 left. I'm just going to have a look to see who that is. Yeah, I got visual. From Powell River, it's a King Air. Getting busy, guys. Look at the snow there, guys. Look at the snow on the North Shore Mountains. Not North Shore. Vancouver Island Mountains. No, it's getting really nice and busy. I was going to ask our Doruk, whereabouts do you live? Are you in Istanbul? Or I'm just curious, whereabouts are you joining us from Turkey?
China 99987, mount, taxi via Victor Lima cross 13. Victor Lima cross 13 Air China 998.
It's busy. It is busy.
Canada 1058, contact up 1.7.
Central Mountain Air, Beach 1900, airborne.
Jet 67 ground to runway 08, 3013, taxi via.
So back to our
Jet Blaster following at 777 from Edge.
Back to our Air China 777. And the triple is actually heading to CGO, Zhengzhou.
Canada 1058. Taxi via Victor Lima, cross runway.
So Doruk is in Istanbul. Excellent. Çok güzel. That is great that you are in Istanbul, one of my favorite cities on planet Earth. So let's have a look, guys. We've got a Air Canada pushback right here. So much happening. This guy's pushing back for Narita. It's the Air Canada Flight 3. Wow. It's Air New Zealand in 2 minutes, according to Bent Nielsen. Yikes, busy. We just went through the roof here on our busyness. Yeah, we've got I can see it right now from Auckland. Air New Zealand Flight 24 is actually setting up on approach. So I'm going to move the camera around here in a second to get that, because it's just gotten... Aaron Paras, thank you for joining our channel. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm sorry we're all over the place, but we're only a one-camera operation, and the airport just got really quite busy. So, c'est la vie. I'm glad you're enjoying the narration, Doruk. Çok teşekkürler. And let's just go and get the Air New Zealand, guys. Air New Zealand is right there. I'm going to film Air New Zealand, guys. I'm going to do a video clip. So I'll be quiet once I start filming. Sorry about that, guys. As I say, I was filming that, so I was just trying to focus on that. So back to what's happening here on the field. We've got, this is Air Canada's Flight 3 pushing back for Narita. We've got an American Airlines 737 taxiing out right here, which is heading to Dallas-Fort Worth as the American Airlines Flight 1415. And I'm watching the Air China down at the button of runway 08 right as well. Oh, wow, look at that, guys. Woo, busy. Super busy. Where did he come from? Westjet 787. Wow. This is heading to Toronto, the Westjet. It's heading to Toronto as the Westjet 714. So really nice and busy for us. Wow. When it rains, it pours. Holy smokes. So Aero 787 is joining us from Japan, Osaka. Well, welcome. We also very much love our viewers from Japan. So we love Japan, just like we love Turkey. So thank you so much for joining us from Japan. The Air China is now starting its roll, guys. Look at this. Oh, but first of all, we've got this Q400 departing. It's really busy. I'm stretching the show out, guys, because it's just so busy. Wow. I mean, look at this. And over here, we've got a CRJ taxiing out. Air China's taxiing into position as well. We've got our we've got our Air Canada flight to Narita taxiing out as well. It's just, we've got so many airplanes on the move here. China's on the move, guys. China's on the move. Wow. Guys, it's just so busy. We're going to wait for Air China right here. Getting ready for it. Going to Zhengzhou. Wow. Oh, that was good, guys. That was really, really good. And look who's here. Look who's pulling into stand right here for us. Air New Zealand. Wow. So busy. Unbelievable. Just really, really good, guys. We're just, I was doing a video clip, so I wasn't talking, but incredible. Okay, look, we've got a lot of aircraft taxiing out here. There's a MAX, CRJ, Dash 8, 7 triple. What is that? 7. Yeah, the 787 going to Narita. Wow.
072.
American Airlines coming out here. American Eagle, I should say. Embraer.
Victor Lima Cross 13566.
072. Tax clearance.
Radios are busy too. Super busy on the radios because there's so much happening on the field.
121, this one for Fernandez.
And we've got another departure on the other side.
Let's go 8101, ground runways right, altimeter 3012. Divide Alpha, cross runway 31.
Just so much happening. Don't know where to point the camera. We can do the 787 to Japan, I guess. So if someone mentions camera having problems, now I'm not. I'll check the. Let's have a look here. Let me see what the data rate is to see if we're collapsing down. Yep, we're only at 900 kilobits a second again, unfortunately. So for whatever reason, we've got almost no cellular data. Hopefully it'll come back up here. But I'm looking at our deck and data available to us right now. Hopefully it will improve. We'll just have to see if it can get a bit better here. I'm just adjusting the position of our streaming deck to see if I can get us a higher rate of data. Hopefully, I think it's improving. Yeah. No, thank you for pointing that out. Is there a bizjet here on the other side? Maybe. Landing. And sorry, I was a little bit out of touch here while I was just moving the position of our streaming deck to try to get the kilobit rates better. Dutch Aviation Blog says, good stuff, Henry. What is the highlight of the day? I'd say the 767. Yeah, that I would say I would tend to agree. I'm going to have to go with the Japan Airlines 767-300. Air New Zealand would be a close number 2 for me. Just that we've only started seeing it in our show. I like the color scheme. Yeah, so number 2 for me is going to be Air New Zealand Dreamliner, and then the number 3 would be the Westjet or the Westjet Dreamliner movements. But good question. Thank you, Michelle. That the picture quality is a bit better. Yeah, I just moved the position of the streaming deck, and it seemed to help. I just moved it like a few inches, so I don't know, but at least thank you for pointing it out to me. Okay, we've got an aircraft on the roll. It's American Airlines. We can wait for it to present. Kind of around the tower, I think. Let's see. Let's see if we're right on that. I can hear it roaring out, but I was wrong. Oh, we've got flare landing right here in front of me. I'm sorry I missed it, guys. Case of not being able to... Yeah. So we've now got aircraft landing on this side again. Obviously I just missed the flare. But there's another aircraft out there as well. Unfortunately, it's only a Q400 from Castlegar. So, sorry. Yeah, the 737 looks good in the Westjet new colors, definitely. Beautiful, actually. Really nice. Zoom in, have a look at the front office. Oh yeah. And we'll see if we can wait for that to present. So it was a late rotation, so maybe I'll put the camera there. And it looks like Korean might be getting ready to push back as well.
Canada 240, 44, pushing push. Canada 240, company Dreamliners, Charlie, pushback, 777, and
So let's see what's happening with the Korean airline flight. Yeah, they're getting ready. Definitely getting ready here. So, yeah, Karen, it is a nice livery, isn't it? Loopy says from Manchester, Niels. Oh, crikey. Well, again, sorry guys, I missed that Q400. This guy. There's our Air Canada stretch. 777 taxiing out to, where is it going to? It's going to Toronto as the Air Canada 116. If I take 1 second off the camera, there's something that happens. If I look at the chat, I miss something on the runway, and I just need to have two sets of eyes, two cameras. But all I can do is the best I can. So do appreciate your guys' understanding that I obviously doing the best I can here to have the best and most interesting things in camera for you. There's another aircraft on the roll on the other side. It's a Saab 340. Pacific Coastal. Oh wow, up early. Yikes. Okay, now let's have a look at Korean Airlines, because they've got the beacon on. And they are pushing. They're pushing. So Lou Dehan, member for 8 months in premium economy. Lou says, keep watching, you're doing the best. I'm doing... thank you so much. I appreciate that, Lou. I am doing the best I can. There's just so much happening. Like, look at this. This is the Narita flight, Flight 3. And it's going to present, I think, kind of around here. So let's just wait and see what happens. There it is.
Short right, 516, taxi via Alpha Pacific.
8.5 hours they'll be landing in Narita. So, and at the same moment, we have our Korean Airlines pushback right here in front of us. Just beautifully busy, beautifully busy. Wow. Beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. Again, Lou DeHaan, thank you very much for your membership, 8 months in premium economy. So what else have I got happening here? Someone says hit the like button so we can get 1,000 likes. That would be awesome. And Lou DeHaan, thank you again for the £5 donation. I'm glad you are enjoying the stream. Very much appreciate everybody's support, and all of you being here. I very much appreciate that too. So that is awesome. It's 1:41 local time here in Vancouver. It got surprisingly busy on us. I mean, it was never not busy, but it seemed to get really busy here. We've got airplanes piled up on the south side for departures. There's that. Then we've got Korean pushing back.
I also have a new school code for you, 5375. Charlie 516, the aircraft, and then giving way.
Wow. Wow, just really, really busy. And down at the button, we've got the Air Canada 116 heading to Toronto. It's 777-300. So I am watching it. And in the meantime, let's just watch this Korean Airlines get going while they prepare it to taxi. Engines are starting, of course. So Steve Barnes, thank you very much for gifting one Airliners Live membership. That's very kind of you, Steve. Thank you so much. Very much appreciate your support, and hope you're enjoying the show.
Ground, runway 0, altimeter 3012. See via Alpha, cross runway.
Just, I just kind of didn't expect it to get quite so busy, you know, with aircraft at all ends of the field and in between, so kind of not knowing where to point the camera to, because I just don't want to miss out. We've got something taxiing out now. Wow, we've got something coming out of the horseshoe. It's a A321. But I think I'm just going to hold on the Korean for the time being, if that's okay with you guys. Yikes, I'm checking the final approach as well here. What have I got? I do have an aircraft on final approach. I see landing lights. And it is a inbound Denver flight, United Airlines flight 108. Looks like a A320. So I'll try to do everything for you guys. That's my goal, is to not miss anything. So hang in there with me. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream, Joe. Joe Fagan. Wow. Q400 taxiing as well. So again, we've got this Denver flight. the United Airlines Flight 108 that's setting up on approach here. We've got airplanes on 08 right waiting to depart down at the button. So this is kind of like a really nice busy flurry of activity for us. Great way to end the show, actually. Not sure. I mean, we're not going to end the show this moment because we've got, things happening. Probably at least wait for Korean to take off. So if those of you have questions as to when we're going to end, just because you want to know for your own time budgeting purposes, I'm going to say at this point probably we'll wait for the Korean 787 that we just saw push back. We'll probably wait for him to go before we knock the show on the head and call it a day. So Red Eye, member for 3 months in premium economy. Red Eye says, great show, Henry, today. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Red Eye. Korean is calling for taxi.
Vancouver Tower, number 2, flying in Airbus A340. 1 mile final, clear to land runway. Land number 2, A-land plus 270.
So here's the United Airlines, guys. I'm just going to bring the camera around so it's not a violent turning of the camera to induce motion sickness. Standby 1. There it is. Beautiful. Oh, that's nice. Really nice stuff there. Here's
Juliet Delta ground to an outbound citation of that out by Alpha to the apron. We have a citation in sight, we're just waiting. Alpha. For Juliet Delta, what's your destination after customs? Millionaire.
so nice and busy for us, guys. For those of you that have stuck around with me here, we're getting rewarded very nicely, I have to say. Really good reward for our hanging out to the bitter end. $787 looks good in the Korean scheme. Really good, actually. Yeah, no, somebody said something the show can't end. It's just, I know it does get quiet after this big burst of activity, kind of between starting around 2 o'clock and about 10 minutes, it does get a bit quiet. So I think, you know, from the way I'm viewing it now, we'll watch this Korean depart. And that'll take us up to 2 o'clock, so that's about another 10 minutes. And that's probably a good time to end the show, unless we have anything spectacular on the approach. And this is looking nice. I do see we've got a lander here. I think it's a Saab. I'll just quickly get that for us. Yeah, it's a Saab. Pacific Coastal operating for Westjet. Good transition for us. I don't see anything on the approach right now. I see some of you are heading off to sleep. For those of you that are heading to bed, thank you very much. You guys sleep well. Thank you for being here with us with our show tonight. But as I say, I think we've just got another 10 minutes. Once this Korean departs, it'll probably be a good point for us to close the show. And meanwhile, we've got a lot of aircraft piled up at the bottom of 08 right, actually. Holy smokes, 1, 2, 3, 4 aircraft. Chock-a-block with planes. I'm just kind of checking everything here. Wow. So there's a King Air landing, medevac it looks like on the other side.
Korean Air 02 heavy ground taxi via Victor cross runway 13. Taxi via Victor Lima,
Korean Airlines on the radios there. And here's our Westjet Saab. So I'm going to have a quick look at the chat, guys. How are you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well. Sava saying good night from Bournemouth. Tarzan, glad you have enjoyed our show today. Thank you. Phase Cloud's joining us from Skiathos, Greece. Great place for plane spotting. That looks like a YS11, doesn't it? It's got a YS11. Definitely has a YS11 look to it. If you look quickly. King Air climbing out. So, where are we? There's the Air New Zealand at the gate. So, how's everybody doing here? Again, I think 10 more minutes and we should be fine. Sue says she appreciates me being here. Sue, it's my pleasure. I've had a really great day, and I'm hoping you guys... I thank you guys for being here with me, and I hope you've enjoyed the show tonight. We've been lucky with our weather, for sure. We've been really lucky. And as I say, I think this is a good aircraft to end our show on, the Korean Airlines. Oh, BizJet on the move. With a bird. Yeah, I think the Korean is a good choice for us to end our show, just because we've had a good run. I know it gets quiet starting around 2 o'clock. Like after this departure, it'll get quiet. So. Isn't that nice? There are still a few airplanes down at the button there waiting to go. Some corporate aircraft, as you can see. The wind picked up. Look at the windsock. You can even see the individual trees there on Vancouver Island. That's phenomenal. That is really phenomenal clarity.
Let's go 3070 out. Westjet's getting ready to put +13 at
for it to present.
Roger, thank you.
Helicopter. And A321. 2 for 1. Again, it's just so fast and furious, guys. I really haven't had time to check the flight radar to see where these aircraft are going. Wow. Okay, so let's go back to... Oh, so here's, I guess, A330 going to Montreal, I'm sure. Pushing back right now. And down at the button, we have Korean Air is about to turn on to the base and then onto the active runway. It's heading to Korea, Incheon Airport. Seoul is the Korean Airlines Flight 72. And this aircraft that we're looking at right now is heading to, I'm pretty sure, Montreal. Let me just double check. Yeah, Montreal. It's the Air Canada Flight 306. So that was a good guess on my part. A330. Guys, the Korean Airlines is just we're waiting for him. We just had a Saab 340 land right in front of us, another one. Wow. Again, just quite a bit happening. So Korean Airlines, I think, is now, where is he? Still on the, yeah, it's turning. Korean Airlines is turning onto the active. Right there. That's it right there. We'll just follow it. I do have a lander on this side as well. It's coming in from Kelowna. It's just a Westjet Q400, so I think I'm going to sacrifice it for the Korean, which should present its nose here to us in about 1 second. Hang on, guys. There it is. Yeah.
Westjet 18 ground, runway 08 right on 3011, taxi by Delta, runway 31, Lima.
Bring the camera up to the center section of the terminal by the tower and the hotel, and the Korean should present around there, and we'll zoom in and go get it.
Let's go at 972, taxi via
Yeah.
and hold short of Delta. Hotel and hold short of Delta, perhaps.
Well, guys, that's one more landing for the day. Here, hang on a second. One more landing. Westjet Q400. Inbound from Kelowna as the Westjet 3325.
Canada 30, taxi 8 right. Canada 306, 3011, taxi Juliet, contact 121.7. Juliet, short of Lima, 217, Canada 306. Southbound 50, Canada.
So there we have it, guys. Give me 1 second and I'll move the camera around. Bear with me.
Well, guys, it's about 2 o'clock. We've been here 3 hours. We've got the peak of the traffic, so we had a pretty lucky and good viewing time here at the airport today. My name is Henry Tenby. This is Airliners Live. You've been watching. It's our regular Thursday show here at YVR. I want to thank all of you for being here. If you've asked me any questions in the chat that I've missed, I do apologize. Pop your question into the comment field below the video, and I'll check the video out later and I'll answer your questions there. So I want to thank all of you that were here watching. I want to thank all of you that made a donation. I want to thank all of you that are members. And I'd like to welcome you all to our show on Sunday, our Super Sunday show. It's going to be a great show. So mark that in your calendars. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to our channel. And of course, if you guys could take 1 second and click the like button, that'll be much appreciated. So thank you everybody for joining. We'll see everybody next week. And good night, good day, good morning, all the best. Thanks guys. Bye for now.